You know, some days you get more fired up than others, and I'm coming off one of the greatest weeks of my life. I'm not even going to lie. Sonic Lunch on Thursday absolutely blew my mind. And the one word I'm going to come away from this, besides family and community, is validation. You know, being an Ann Arbor radio host, music promoter, many years of my life, loving Tally Hall, wondering, you know, about this band, and they're the next Beatles, and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And years go by, and people are like, oh, that band's dead and everything else. I'm like, no, this is incredible. And the validation I felt on Thursday for believing in a band and their music and seeing how people all over the world, it's touched their hearts and their lives and their art and their family. I mean, when I was at Sonic Lunch, and we know I've been doing this 17 years every Thursday, Liberty Plaza, Bank of Ann Arbor, Sonic Lunch, I'm there every week, never miss, never sick, never care. It's the only place I'd ever want to be. And seeing people come in from all over the world to be a part of this Tally Hall, Andrew Horowitz experience opening up for the great Antoine Stanley, mind-blowing. I met Knife from Saudi Arabia, 2 people from Vancouver. I'm talking 300 to 500 people traveling hundreds of miles, flying across America. I mean, there was probably 50 people there from California alone. And watching watching Ross and Andrew and Bora see the reaction of the crowd and feel the love was just something I really can't put into words, and how it touched their heart. And I watched them with their autograph line after their show. And mind you, if you know Ann Arbor, we're talking, this line was Liberty Plaza to Jerusalem Garden. I'm talking like 700 people in line to take pictures and get photos. And they stood there for 2.5 hours. Ross's face was like sunburned from signing autographs. It was unbelievable. People crying. I talked to a lot of parents. If you're a parent who traveled in to take your child to Sonic Lunch, thank you. I mean, that's what it's all about, is supporting your children, exposing them to art, exposing them to theater, letting them know what, you know, life is really all about. So thank you for doing that. And for all of you that traveled to Ann Arbor, I really hope it feels like a second home. I mean, it's obviously my home, and I love it. And I dance and preach about Ann Arbor and how it's the greatest city in America. And if I could live in one city in America, I'm living here. And my vision of this radio show and everything I do is to make anyone not in Ann Arbor regret it. And Thursday was exactly that. So for everyone who came out and brought all the love in the community to Ann Arbor for the Tally Hall guys, I really, really appreciate it. I can tell you that it definitely fired them up. I talked to Zubin on FaceTime in his doctor gear, blown away by the size of the crowd. Rob, too. Andrew's going to come back. There's just no doubt about it. It's going to happen. They want it to happen. I'm going to make it happen. I'm not saying a date. I don't know a date, but if I did, I wouldn't say it anyway. So I wanted to play a song from Tally Hall to start this off before. I mean, this radio show is going to be deep into the Crane Wives, Anna Ash, the incredible Sonic Lunch coming up this Thursday. But as I thought about a Sonic Lunch song that would be fitting for this epic radio show, in my opinion, following up that epic performance, I mean, it have to go with Good and Evil's You. And I haven't played it on the show in a long time, but it makes sense because the you is you. The people that came and supported it, it's happening. It's Rally Hall. So we're going to do Tally Hall, This Is You. You're listening to Matthew Altruda, and you're listening to Treetown Sound.
It's never fair to say I never care about anything, 'cause I always care about you.
You guys can clap. Let's make some noise.
Thanks.
That was awesome.
Thank you for listening, you guys.
We kind of have a live studio audience today. Shout out to Ruby, Morgan, and Peck for being live in studio. An incredible performance from Joe Hertler playing Fade and Marks. We're going to close out with another song from the Non-Professionals. They're a band that, you know, they're young. They're making their rise, but I get a lot of Tally Hall vibes from them. And when I brought Tally Hall up to them when they were in studio, they weren't as hip to them as they should be. But, I mean, can you blame them? They haven't been around in a while. So I'm sure they're hip to them now. So we're going to close out with, I mean, I guess a shout out to my scooter because I rode it here today. This is I Think I'm Gonna Ride My Bike by the Non-Professionals. Check out their music. As always, everyone who's been listening and supporting this show, tweeting to me. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. Everyone who I met at Sonic Lunch on Thursday, thank you so much. It was incredible to share your space for a moment. Up next, Mark Copeland with Under the Radar Radio. All right, next week, same time, same channel, and no concerts to promote. Just a lot of music and me.
Sorry. People.
I don't want to drive my car